Hello, this is Brother Carl. I would like to bring forward this message entitled A Time of Great Famine. I feel an urgency to deliver this message. The message is titled this way, having 2 points. One, referring to the great famine that is coming during the tribulation period that is soon to come, represented by the black horse in Revelation chapter 6, verse 5. But the famine I would like to make reference to is given in Amos chapter 8, verse 11. The Lord said that there would be a famine for hearing the words of the Lord. I strongly believe we are seeing this famine now. Many ministers are turning from the truth and embracing man-made doctrine, such as the purpose-driven lie, 40 days of victory. That is nonsense. We have victory through what Christ did at the cross. We are more than conquerors through Christ, who loved us and gave us victory through his shed blood. This was over 2,000 years ago. The only 40 days I would like to make reference to is which is recorded in Matthew chapter 4 as well as Luke chapter 4, when Christ went into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil 40 days and 40 nights. He didn't eat a drop of food. This was a hard temptation. Just try skipping lunch and you'll understand, with no food for 40 days. And then later on in that same chapter, the disciples came, and they said, has the master eaten? And he says, I have meat that you know not of. And they asked one to another, they said, did someone else feed him? He said, my meat is to do the will of my Father. And I want to make this point, that when the devil did come tempting him when he was in the wilderness, he shot back with the word of God. He said, it is written that man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds forth out of the mouth of God. This will fill us. The only thing that can stain us is the living word of God that is sharper than any two-edged sword. We need to get back to the word of God, get away from these purpose-driven lies, as I've said, these doctrines of devils that are being devised by irreligious men. We need to start preaching the cross of Jesus Christ, the gospel of Jesus Christ. That is the gospel. Jesus Christ and him crucified, as Paul has said. We preach Christ crucified, and to the world it is foolishness, according to 1 Corinthians 1:18. But, it was through the cross that we have obtained life, But now we have the pastors that are more concerned with filling their stomachs than they are with winning the lost. Just go to any church. They'll say, join us for fellowship in the church basement. We're seeing banquets being held by churches. Even, having Halloween parties. They're embracing Satanism. That is the devil's holiday, and it has crept into the church. God help us. We are to come out from the world, be separated, saith the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing. Halloween is a demonic holiday. It was based on when witches used to go out and sacrifice children. They would steal children, sacrificing them to their satanic gods. This should not be in the church. It is no wonder why Jesus said in the 3rd chapter of Revelation, I will spew you out of my mouth.